Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have my part 2 out, and I cannot wait to get into this with you. In fact, if you haven't watched part 1, please go back and watch that first, because you're going to be missing a lot of stuff, and you won't be completely up to speed about what's going on. So, and I have a part 3 that I'm going to be putting out. So I literally got up to probably around, I'm guessing around 3 hours, and then I had to chunk it down. So I have this part 2, which is all complete now, and my part 3 I should have done tomorrow, hopefully. So I'm going to be bam, 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 putting things out here because it's big information. This time frame is absolutely huge. I have so many, all my codes are hitting this time frame like never before. I've never had that yet. So it's huge. My next one's going to be this massive timeline that I've been sharing. That's, oh man, it's going to blow your mind. So I cannot wait to put out part 3. So, click on the notification bell, make sure that's clicked on, and all that kind of stuff. So thumbs up right now if you can. I appreciate it, just so this gets to more people while I'm thinking about it. And then hopefully I'll say at the end. So just gets to as many people as possible, and share this with as many people as possible. Please share this because people need to know about this. If you have to say that there's this crazy guy that's telling about these dates or something, I mean, whatever you have to do, I'll be the crazy guy for the Lord. That's no problem. I don't care. Just say, hey, there's this crazy guy that's saying these crazy things, and just look at this. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know, whatever you want to say, but just get this out to as many people as possible, because this is, this is going to happen. And if it doesn't happen exactly in this time frame, it's going to happen very soon. So, but I don't see how it can't happen in this time frame, but we'll see. Again, this is my grand guess. And I say that because it's GG, first letter code. I'm into first letter and last letter codes and such, as I'll show you again here. So let's keep going here. So as I've shared, of course, when we get to the 4th and 5th day here, okay, right in here is 322 code, which is skull and bones. And I just had to say something about this because I've been looking at possible attack cities. Because if it's as big as I think it could be, then we might have some cities that get attacked based on this 322 code and also this 84 code. So 8 and 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay, again, based on October 13th being octo, 8 in Latin, and 13 being 1 plus 3 is 4, so 8, 4. Or based on also the 311 code or 11.3 or 322 and so. So I'll show you this. Now, I've looked at some different cities. I know about a lot of cities already. But the two that stuck out the most for me with this code, as far as what might be hit by this, maybe it's fragments of a comet, because I'm going to get into that in just a second here. It may be a meteor, it may be a comet, part of a comet, because we have Neowise coming in. I'm going to talk about this here. So we may have Las Vegas getting attacked. And I'm just putting this out there because I don't know, and I'm saying it's a possibility, and I want to warn anybody that's out there of this possibility. So that's just, that's why this is important. And then, so Skull and Bones, Las Vegas, reason why that is because you see that L and the V, I have it highlighted in a sense here, because L is 12, or 1 plus 2 is 3, and V is 22. So that's 322 Skull and Bones. Okay, and it's also not too far from Hoover Dam, which is first letter code HD, which is 8-4. And again, these are big codes for the Antichrist, big codes for attacks and all this stuff for this date. Because again, we have 322 and 8-4 hidden in the first letter codes. Okay, then we also have the possibility of Atlanta, and I'm putting out there as well. So that's 84 backwards, Atlanta itself. And then we have Atlanta, Georgia as 131, which is basically look at it as the 13th of October, 131, 13th of October, and that's 10, of course, 13th of 10, but the 0 is gone because, of course, they don't count zeros, so it's 131. Okay, we also have Atlanta, Georgia being 422. And why is that? Well, if you think about it, if this is 322 being 8, then 1 day difference makes this 3 to a 4. So you have the 13, which is, okay, again, it's 8 plus 1 plus 3 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. But if we have the 14th, then we got to add one more digit to that, and that's 422. So that Atlanta, Georgia is 422 also. Also, I've been looking at the numbers for the CDC for some reason. And based on part 3, you'll know why more. But CDC is 343. And we won't believe what I found with 343. Anyway, on my next video, it's crazy. So the Centers for Disease Control is also 141, which is the 14th of October. Again, you take the 0 away. So that's really important. So again, also, as I've mentioned as well, in iPad Goat, and I think I did in the last video, or the video before my last, or this part 1, but before that I mentioned when Obama has the LOL on the teleprompter screen, LOL is really 101. So it's, in this case, October 10th, and take away the 0 in October. Okay, and then also over the Golden Gate Bridge, you have Highway 101. So that code's all over the place. So that's how that works. They take away the 0 for October and hide it as 101. Or same thing with 131 is the 13th day of October, and 141 is the 14th day of October. Hopefully that makes sense. And the Centers for Disease Control as well is 138. So this is really crazy. So it's, of course, 1 plus 3 is 4, and then 8. So 84 backwards. There's also another code I'm going to get into, which is 1 times 38. And so the other thing about 84, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, I had the series, which you should watch, called Obama, and go back in my videos, go on my channel, go back in my videos. It's a series, a 2-parter, where it's Obama connected to famous murderers, and also even their victims. So all these famous murderers, and they have these multiple names, like it's their normal name, and then they have a kind of a serial killer name, and then sometimes they have 3 names or whatever. So all kinds of, for example, I'll give you one example. Like there's a guy that killed a bunch of people called Richard Ramirez. And then there was his actual name, which was like 4 different names. He had 2 middle names. And then also he had the name by the media called the Night Stalker. So those, all 3 names, the Richard Ramirez that everybody knew him as, his actual real name, and then his Night Stalker name were all 84. And then all these other murderers that are famous are 84 in some kind of way. And most of their victims were 84. At least the famous ones were. So anyway, it's a death number as well. Why is that? Because it's the same as 322. It's a death number. So that makes sense that this would be a death, city, or maybe. So it's just possible. I'm throwing that out there. And then we have this crazy thing about the movie Greenland, which won't come out in theaters. And it's about a comet breaking up called Clark, which is Gematria. Like, I'm not getting all that right now. But it's Clark, and it starts hitting the United States. It hits Florida and stuff like that. And look at when it comes out in the United States here. I guess it will be available to buy, but it's not coming out in theaters, which is really bizarre. And it's going to go to Amazon or something, or Amazon Prime or something, and then HBO at some point. It's just weird. This is all predictive programming. It comes out October 13th. See, October 13th. It's about what I've been saying about a possible meteor comet coming in. And then look at this. Running time is 9/11 backwards. Are you kidding me? And then keep in mind also, Greenland in English Gematria is the same number. Actually, I think it's reverse English Gematria is 978, and 978 is in forward English Gematria is Barack Hussein Obama. So it's all about his birth. And then we have right here, of course, in Belgium, it came out on July 29th, which is 7/11. That code as well. So 7/11 is 9/11. There you go. And then this asteroid, or this comet, I should say, called Neowise, that's coming through on October 12th. And just imagine if this thing, and it has a distance, okay, just imagine the narrative on this. It has a distance of 98 million miles, okay, and let's say it comes through as its closest approach. If this kind of follows through what I'm saying, then a chunk could break off, just like the movie. Watch the trailer for Greenland. Go ahead and do that. In fact, I might put that in the description box. That's a good idea. I'll put that in the description box so you can watch it. And you can see what the predictive program shows, because you can't actually watch the movie yet. It's crazy. So anyway, just imagine if this has its closest approach on the 12th, and then a piece breaks off, then this thing keeps going past the Earth, but there's a piece comes, at least that's the narrative. Again, it's all false. It's all controlled. Who knows what it really is? It's something they're controlling, okay? Or maybe it's Project Bluebeam or something, or maybe it's some other kind of missile they're using. I don't know. It could be a mixture. I mean, any of these things are all planned. Hold on, I gotta do something really quick here. Okay, I just noticed some notification come through, and I have to turn off my data so I don't get any interruptions. That's the worst thing when I'm doing something, to get any interruptions. I forgot to turn it off. So, okay, so that is crazy. Okay, so just imagine it's coming as close as approach on a certain distance, and the chunk breaks off, or at least that's what they say, right? And then it comes in, and then it basically hits a major city, and that's the first major attack. And like I'm saying, it seems like it's the first major attack. We could have something on this first day, which is on 10/10 coming up in a. Well, by the time I put this out tonight, some people watching it on the 9th. I'm putting it out on October 8th right now, in the evening, October 8th. But we'll see what happens on 10/10. We could have the Three Gorges Dam explode, or it might be on the 4th day, or it might be on the 11th day of this whole thing. I don't know. There's several codes on this thing. And I'm talking about that's the one that's in China. That thing's due to break, and it's planned to break. I just don't know exactly when. So it could be this first day on the 4th day or on the 11th day. So anyway, let's keep going. So we have Trumpleberry or Trump. I'll call him Trumple. I usually call him Trumple, just Trumple for short. Trumple and Stinky. Stinky BO right here, just for people that don't know. Stinky BO. Because I say he's Stinky BO because he's been reported many times in pictures with flies on him, because he's Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies. And so people have said, and I have actually witnesses that have said that he smells like sulfur, or he stinks. It's just weird stuff like that. So anyway, it's pretty solid. So anyway, we have Trumple is 9 because he's 45th Prez, and then Stinky BO is 57. And one of his many numbers is 57 because he's Mr. 57, and also Trumple is Mr. 58. So these are just the different codes. So this is 9, and then the Lincoln. See, look, these are in the same spot in Norfolk. And that's not by coincidence either. I mean, when they were at that time, or for years, right, in Norfolk, Virginia, where the shipyards are there, or the Navy yard is there. So 9, 7 plus 2 is 9. He is 9. He's 45. So you have the 99 code I've shared. I'm not going to get into the 99 code too much or at all, really, because I just don't have time for part 2 and part 3. But I kind of talked about it, though. And then we have 1212, which is, again, 1 plus 2 is 3, because he's 3. And Hebrew Strong's 3 is Abaddon, the destroyer. And then 75 is, again, 1 plus 5 is 12, and then that's 3. So it's 3. He's 33 as well. It's crazy. So this is the thing I'm getting into. We are Lincoln Nation is what they say on the Lincoln, USS Lincoln, that's going to be attacked. And I'm saying it's going to be that the day of, it's either the 16th or the 17th, and the Truman, just like you see right here. It's either the 16th or the 17th. It looks more like the 17th, but it could be the 16th for different reasons. So they say when they put up a video about, especially when they were delayed or they were out there too long last year, we are Lincoln Nation, or maybe even in the beginning of this year, we are Lincoln Nation, and I showed how Lincoln Nation in my last video is total Gematria is the 219 code or the 129 code, which you see right here is 129 or 912 or 219 backwards, basically, okay? So they say we are Lincoln Nation, and the people have no idea what they're saying, most of them anyway, and that's 1413 or 1314 backwards, which is 45. 13 is 4, 14 is 5. And then we have Lincoln Nation is also, we are Lincoln Nation is also 711, because 1 plus 6 is 7, 9 plus 2 is 11, so 711. Again, that's the demise of Trumple, which is October 17th is 11-7 or 711 backwards. And then look, CVN is 7, and 1 plus 1 is 2, because again, the elite like to they call them compressing numbers or decompressing numbers. They put them together or take them apart. They like to compress them more, but sometimes they decompress them. And then also, check this out. So right here, this is also, you can throw out the 9, okay? Anything you add 9 to stays the same, so you can throw out the 9. You have 1, 6, 2, and 6 is really 9 anywhere, or this even shows you that 6 is 9, because 6 with 9 is just 6. Because 6 plus 9 is 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. So it's always, thing you add 9 to stays the same. So 162 is really 192, and that's backwards. 291, being the 291st day of the year, is October 17th, the day of these attacks. Boom. Okay, or it's also 1911. And that's the Jesse James code I shared in the first video. That's crazy. So we have 1911 here. What's this? This is a section of the Lincoln, USS Abraham Lincoln, and this was when they were jumping off the edge of off the particular opening there, and they were saying they were celebrating the 243rd anniversary of the United States. and the Navy's been for a long time, whatever. And no, they're predictively programming it being attacked, and they're evacuation. That's what's going on here on this day. So, like I said, this is that day, 1911, Jesse James code as well. And look at this, 1911. And to confirm that, we have P19. And so here's the Jesse James code, which is 1911. He made that custom gun for Trump called the 1911. It's a 45 because he's, Mr. 45. And also P over here, because this is backwards. So you got 19 then 11, and then you're going backwards here. P is in reverse ordinal because you went backwards. P is 11, so you have 1119 or 1911. Isn't that crazy? This is all planned. Okay, like I've said many times. So you have the 1119 code. Now I'm going to talk about that with Trump. Then I'm going to get into the 1118 code with Stinky BO. Okay, it's very important. And notice they're one digit off, 1118 from 1119, because they're one day off. And this even proves that these are 2 days that they're both going to be eliminated, and the carriers that are associated with them secretly, and all that. So because Trump is the old Lion King, or Lincoln Lion King, and then Stinky BO, Barack Insane Obama, is the true man, according to them, of course, the true man, the Truman. And Truman was the 33rd president, and he was a 33rd degree Mason. So that hits Obama's number 311, because he's Mr. 311 all over the place. That's in his birthday. I've shared many times. 3 times 11 is 33, and it's all about him being revealed as Antichrist. That's why they're 33rd degree Masons. It's all about secretly pointing to his birth and all the stuff about the Antichrist coming in the future and everything. Sorry. Okay, and then CVN is 39. So it's CVN 75 as Truman, and CVN 72 is Lincoln. Also, CVN backwards is N, which is 14, which is 5, and V and C together are 7. So it's not only a Trump code, which is 39, it's also a Obama code, which is 57, because it's backwards. CVN is 57. Well, how is Trump code 39? Because it's 1119, or 111 is 339. Also, New York is 39 in simple reduction. In full reduction Gematria, New York is 39, because that's where his demise is going to be. It's crazy. This is really nuts. And then reverse full reduction, 39, is Hawaii. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And people think I'm stretching with the numbers. No, the numbers are hitting everything. It's crazy. So not only is 39 in full reduction New York, but 39 in reverse full reduction is Hawaii. New York in English Gematria is 666, and Hawaii, which is also going to be attacked, in reverse English Gematria is 666. So this is all planned. Again, very intricately planned, because we're going to have 2 massive tsunamis that are going to hit both coasts, and then the hub is basically where it's going to start on the west. In the west is going to be Hawaii. It's going to go across the Pacific and hit the west coast, and then where it's going to start on the east at the same time is going to be probably maybe in an island that's off La Cumbre Vieja, which is another volcano island that's off the coast of Africa, North Africa, and it's going to do a massive landslide, and they're going to foment that, and they're going to hit it with a nuclear torpedo called a Poseidon torpedo, and then they're going to fake like a comet piece came in, or a meteor or something, but they're going to really hit it, and then this thing's going to landslide on that side, as well as Hawaii. The East Rift Zone is going to landslide into the water, and we're talking about starting off with about 1,000 to 1,200 foot tsunami wave, and then it's going to go down to about a 4 to 5 to 600 foot wave. And I've seen it. I had a revelation dream about it, and I've shared that many times. Anyway, boom. So here's the Trumple code. So in the Serta commercial, he's talking to the one sheep, okay? He's talking to this one sheep and he's knitting. He's knitting wool, yeah. Okay, and then he goes down the hallway, still talking to that one sheep, and that one sheep, as you notice, is between the 11 sheep and the 9 sheep. Notice 911? Okay, that was all predictive programming as well. But even more than that, we have 11 and the 1 sheep and the 9 sheep, so we have the 119 code, like I said, and that's connected to Trumple. Okay, this is crazy. This is really deep coding that's all over the place. Okay, and I'm just touching some things because I can't make a 15-hour video. I have so much stuff to share. It's just, you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, I can say that 1,000 times. Okay, and then so again, Trump was also the 119 code, 1119 code. He's also the 119 code because the time he was elected. Okay, so he was elected in 2016 on a November 9th. The elections was on the 8th, but we didn't get the actual results until after midnight the next day, which was November/9. And slash, like I've said 1,000 times and I've proved in my videos, a slash is a 1 or a slash. So that's the 1119 code. And then again, in 9/11, he was interviewed right away after it happened. He said he saw it and he couldn't have seen it from where he said he saw it, and it was all a lie. But he was all part of it and brought in. And then there's a thing about before it even happened in Blind 11 that it's just a good way to say that, I guess. Before it happened, he said he was thinking about buying the towers and such. All kinds of BS. I mean, so he's been tied to these things. And then there's all kinds of video and pictures of him flying in his helicopter and overlooking the Twin Towers and such. He's so tied to this, it's not even funny. Even wrestling, there was wrestlers that talked about there was the Twin Towers and the powers and stuff, and he was linked to wrestling as well and all kinds of stuff. I mean, he was inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame. This guy's such an actor. I mean, are you kidding me? And The Apprentice and all that. Anyway, so also, as I've showed as well, he's a Knights Templar. The secret society that's super secret, even more than Masons, is the Knights Templar. And it was founded in, guess what, in year 1119. And it was founded in Jerusalem, Israel. And that's why he is a Zionist, but he is even more than that. He's a double spy, or what do you call that? I'm trying to think of what it's called when you're a spy of a spy, whatever, you're multiple spy. Anyway, I can't think of what it's called right now. Anyway, wow. And so he is really a Jesuit, and who's posing as a Zionist, who's posing as a Christian. It's I mean, the ultimate espionage. I mean, the Jesuits are a secret order. Of course, we have the Black Pope, or the Jesuit Pope. Is really the false prophet, and he will come to be the false prophet. I absolutely guarantee it. And then when Notre Dame was burned down, it was an homage to this guy who was killed by the Catholic Church and burned at the stake in front of Notre Dame. So that's why it was burned down. And then there was this guy I know, Dallas with Whiteboard Gematria, found video footage of a guy dressed as a Knights Templar with kind of a white robe and a red cross and a helmet and a sword and everything. And you can see him from a distance. He was walking in one of the towers while the Notre Dame was burning. Maybe you can find that video. I should find that video. And he had it on one of his videos. But it's just crazy, very eerie. Somebody is walking around in a tower while Notre Dame was burning as a Knights Templar. And it was an ode to when the founder, this guy Hugh de Payens, or however, I don't know how you say that, he founded the Knights Templar in 1119. It's crazy. Wow. Okay, moving on. And then so let me establish Obama's 1118 code. Okay, and again, there's a lot of codes I could cover on all this, and he's many codes. He's 57. He's, oh my goodness, he's 77. There's a lot of I will cover. But this one is all over the place as well. And so I'm going to cover that. And just give you some examples of what I mean. 1118 is also 38, because 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Is also 128, because 1 plus 1 is 2. So 128. 218, of course, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 18. And then 1811 is backwards. You just switch 18 backwards, or put 11 over here. You get the point. 1811, 1118, or ultimately 11, and then 18 is 9. Again, he's 911 backwards. Okay. Or his day coming up here is October 16th. Take away the zeros, 1116. And I've shared this many times for months and months, that 116, I should say, 116 is 911 upside down and backwards. Okay, again, a lot of things they do are backwards or upside down or both. Okay, so here we go. So he's 116 because that's the day of that's his day. That's coming up here, October 16th, hidden more than most people realize. This stuff's got to be ultimately very hidden, so it can't be tied to them in a sense. People say, whatever. But I'm using a lot of information, And I have hundreds of things that link things together. I'm not just some guy that goes, oh, look at that, and that, this says that and that, and so that's the, this is what this is. I'm like, no, I have like hundreds of things that coincide with each other, and I'm showing you in my videos here. For example, Barack Hussein Obama in reverse full reduction is 116. Are you kidding me? And that's his day that's coming up here. And I'm proving this all the time here. Here we go. So I'm going to a couple snapshots of some things, some details of his history, and then I'm going to go into some of these things. I'm not going to hit every single thing on these 2 paragraphs, but I'm going to hit a bunch of things so you can see how he's Mr. 1118 or 128 or 218 or 1811, whatever. That's one of his codes. After 3 years of community organizing, Obama enrolled in Harvard Law School. Again, I just picked a section that I want just to make a point. Sorry, I gotta get a drink here. Hold on. Okay, and here we go. I had some funky dinner with some tzatziki sauce, and it's the stuff's bothering my throat. I don't have something with my digestion or something. It's just it messes with my throat. Some of these sauces sometimes, especially when I'm trying to talk. Anyway, here we go. Okay, after completing his first year, he worked as a summer associate at Chicago corporate law firm Sidley and Austin, where his mentor was Michelle Robinson. Michael, and his future wife. And here it was, and it's going to this part as well. Obama was elected the first African American president of Harvard Law Review prior to graduating magna cum laude in 1991. He returned to Chicago in 1992 and served as the Illinois executive director of Project Vote. Okay. In 1993, he was hired as an associate at the firm of Davis, Minor, Barnhill, and Gallard, where he largely worked on voting rights cases. Okay, this is racked with Gematria and many things, but I'm going to hit just the 11-111-8 code or 38 code or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So this is a big one because him graduating from Harvard at this exact year was massive. Not only what Harvard means, Harvard Law Review and everything, I'm going to show that to you. But look at the year. In fact, this is the year I graduated high school. Crazy. Excuse me. 1991. Okay, look at the 9 and 9 in the middle. 9 plus 9 is 18. That's 1181. Boom, there it is. That's the code. Let's keep going. So magna cum laude is not a coincidence that he graduated that because it's 38. And then I want to show you some other codes as well that match him, just for the heck of it. And I'm going to show you some other codes and some other stuff as well. And then magna cum laude is 116 and it's 44. I mean, are you kidding me? If that's not nailed to him, they may even be, I'm pretty sure they just made this up a long time ago to match him eventually because he's the guy, the antichrist, the false messiah that's going to rule the world. I mean, hello. That's how this stuff works. People can say that it's going to be just some guy or it's going to be this guy or that guy, but this guy hits everything. Right now I have over 507, believe it or not. I have 507 for 57, which is crazy. It's the weird timing on this. I have 507 solid evidences that he's the Antichrist, and it just keeps stacking up. In fact, now with this video, it's more now. So here's one right there. He was magna cum laude, which matched all this. Okay, so I just changed it. 508. Okay. And actually, I might even add all these as, I don't know. We'll see. See if those are even good enough for me. So this is definitely a solid one because you have 3 different things that confirm that. So, wow. Okay, keep going. Harvard Law Review is 290. What's 290? The 290th day of the year, which is October 16th. Bam. Director of Project Vote is 116. The executive director, see, I put this in here to show you how they use one phrase and they just add, and then another version of the phrase, and another version of the phrase is still the same codes. So the director of Project Vote is 116. Again, 6 upside down is 9, so 119 is still the 1118 code. Because remember, 18 is 9, so 1119 or 1116 is really 9. Crazy. Executive Director of Project Vote is 38. Take away the 0. Illinois Executive Director of Project Vote is 218, the 1118 code, because the first 2 ones are 2. Crazy. Are you getting this? This is impossible. Literally off the charts impossible, and we're going to keep going. the first African-American president of Harvard Law Review. You can pretty much say that as a statement for his whole life, and that's what it's, there you go, 281 or 1181. Wow. And then Davis, Miller, Barnhill, and his first major law firm he was part of, Davis, Miller, Barnhill, and Gallard, is, look, 4 + 5 is 9. 29, as in the 290th day of the year. 119, that goes without saying. 128, are you kidding me? Again, 1118. 128 again. And then 6 + 3 is 9. 29, the 290th day of the year, or 29. Take away the 0, and being the actual day of the year. And then we have, again, 2, 8 + 1 is 9. Or we also, so this is 2 codes. The 290th day of the year and the 1181 code, or the 1118 code, just backwards, the 8 and the 1. I mean, seriously, are you kidding me? There's no way this could be if this was not planned. No way. And I'm going to keep going. So Harvard Law School, this is why I want to bring up Harvard Law School, because it's 666 several times. I'm just going to show you 2 times. So it's 216. Again, Barack Obama was born on 216th day of the year, October 4th, and 216, again, that's October 4th. Did I say that? August 4th, which is 84, which is death, 84. It's also 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. Harvard Law School is also 18. What's 18? 6 + 6 + 6. Man, he was in that same paragraph. He was 3 years of community organizing. 3 years of community organizing is exactly, take away the 9, 38, which is 1118. 173 is 1 + 7 is 83, so we got 1118 backwards, or 83, or 38. And then we have the 1811, or 182. Then I thought I'd throw in, just for good measure, to see his other codes. We have, he's massively the 311 code, so 3, 7 + 4 is 11. And then we have the 57 code. Remember, he's Mr. 57. 2 + 3 is 5. 8 + 8 is 16. 1 + 6 is 7. So that's 5, 7. Again, you just keep compressing numbers till you get to whatever numbers they want. Because certain numbers have multiple things, especially 3- and 4-digit numbers like these. They have multiple things going on. And I'm not getting to all of them. Michelle Robinson, it was in there too, because he was, anyway, his mentor at that law firm. I mean, give me a break. I mean, again, 1 + 7 is 8. Okay, 83, 83. Again, 92, 290th day of the year backwards with no 0. 83, 8111. I mean, are you kidding? And then let's throw a couple Trumple codes in here. Well, let's just one Trumple code. So this is 17th of October. Take away the 0, 17th of October. And then we have 1038, or 1 times 38 is 38. That's what they do with ones all the time, with a 3 or 4-digit code. Whenever they have 1, that's a lot of times it's 1 times 38. Okay, weird. And then his daughters are Malia and Natasha, equals exactly 119. I mean, there's no way that all this could be. No way. You can't take any person and give them a code and it shows up all over the place and this keep happening. There's no way. Wake up and smell the brimstone. I mean, seriously, if you don't see this, you need to wake up. And then you probably don't know this. I've shared this in previous videos, but Natasha and Malia together, Malia Natasha, is what? Or Natasha Malia is backwards, is 2 anagrams mixed together. Natasha Malia together backwards and is 2 anagrams. It's Allah, A-L-A-H, and I am Satan. Allah, I am Satan, because he's a closet Muslim in a sense, and he's going to be the Al-Mahdi, or the Al-Mahdi, or the Mahdi, however you want to say it. And that is ultimately Satan, whether it's the Antichrist or the Mahdi, doesn't matter. But literally, I mean, that's impossible. Okay, Allah, I am Satan. He's both, because Allah, the idea of Allah is really Satan. I mean, he's really Satan. This is crazy. There's no way this could be if this guy wasn't it. Okay, there's nobody that's more ingrained and woven in the fabric of culture than Stinky B.O. I absolutely guarantee it. And I'm proving it every video. And the numbers it's just a massive, huge pile of numbers and proves and evidences that he is the Antichrist. I mean, are you kidding? While he was president, he had a jockey that was number 18 on a horse, which is 6 + 6 + 6, on a horse called American Pharaoh, and I'm saying he's a clone of Akhenaten. American Pharaoh, are you kidding me? That's just a massive coincidence, and it won the Triple Crown, and the crown is Corona, and we have a V called Corona, which is CV, which is 322. Are you kidding me? If you don't see this, man, you are, wow. I mean, seriously, you need to wake up. And why I say this? Why would I say that? Wake up. Why would I be so, brash and to some super religious people or people who are like whatever? Because he's going to come on the scene, and if you're not in his plan, you're removed. You're eliminated. You're nothing. You're not in his club or in his plan. You're done. That's it. And wait till you see his countenance change. Woo doggy. Okay, so his book called Dreams from My Father, A Story of Race and Inheritance. I throw a couple other examples out of here that I know of. 218. Yeah, that's a coinkydink, right? Notice how many letters it is. How many letters? 44. This book just happens to be exactly 44 letters and 1118 code. Not likely. Not even close. And then his next book, The Audacity of Hope, is 182, again, 1811, 8111, 8111. And then let's throw a couple Trumple codes. That's what I actually meant earlier when I said that. 74, because Trumple will die when he's 74, because he's 74 right now. And then we have 1 plus 73 is 74. And then we have 1 plus 7 is 8, the 83 code, or the 118 code. So this is both Trumple and Stinky BO, as I've shared many times. Here's another one that's Trumple and Stinky BO. Check this out. Or actually, it's more like Trumple. It's actually both. I take that back. It's actually both. But I'm going to share this way. This is insane. Okay, so again, it's 291st day of the year. Is October 17th when Trumple gets eliminated, I'm saying. And this is the exact length, okay, of all Nimitz-class aircraft carriers. So, and they're Nimitz because they're nuclear-powered submarines. They literally have a nuclear fusion reactor or whatever as their power for these, which is all predictive programming as well, because nuclear is, whatever. It's crazy, okay? The exact length, look it up. I mean, I could have thrown that on here. The exact length of the USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Truman, Harry S. Truman, is 1,092 feet. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this is crazy. And again, that 192 code is the 1119 code. It's just moved around a little bit. Okay, so let's get into some iPad Goat stuff. Let's nail this. And like I said, I have hundreds and hundreds of things in iPad Goat that confirm each other, and I'm going to prove that this video again and again and again. And I don't know, maybe a lot of people don't watch my hour and a half videos or 2-hour videos or whatever, but I mean, they've been going for a while. And so I have hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of proof that I've completely solved iPad Goat. But if people watch it all, they'll see. And I'm going to prove it in this video. Watch. So this is the character in the video, the iPad Goat movie, Draco. Okay, so Draco is Satan. Basically, he's the one that's manipulating Bush in the beginning with the puppet strings and everything like that. And he's looking in the head of the boy to see if the egg is still in there or the child is in there, and he's gone, okay, because the dragon's about to eat him. So Draco means dragon, okay, and so he is right here. Let me show you some telltale things here. So right here is the 1811 code or 118 code, because right here, this horn, this little thing is 1. This is an 8 hidden, the two little circles here, and then 1 There's a little spikes right here. So 1811, and I'm going to show you many places where this is. Not all of them, because I just don't have I'm not going to make a 5-hour video. And then that's 1811, for example, right on his head. And then right here, right down there, it says 5 upside down. And notice how his beard or his chin and stuff is like a beard like Abraham Lincoln. There's no mustache. So he's also the $5 bill. What's on the $5 bill? Abraham Lincoln. It also right there, a circle that says 5 upside down. So he's the $5 bill. So he represents, in a sense, Lincoln as well. So that ties us in together. He's the dragon. He's Lincoln. He's the own Lion King. He's Obama. He's several things. Okay, so he's trying to eat the child before it's taken. And remember, in the beginning of iPad Goat, Stinky BO he has his hands. He has white gloves on, and when he puts his hands together, it looks like a cracked egg. Okay, and he's trying to eat the child in the cracked egg, and he's making the sounds. And you think he's laughing because it has LOL, but he's really trying to eat the baby inside. And his tassel's pointing to the dragon because he is the dragon. He is the Draco character. Okay, and his tassel's pointing to the truth. Okay, let's keep going. Even the golden earring is Gematria. So you got to understand, you need to know the symbolism and compare it to other symbolisms and types in the iPad Goat, as well as understand Gematria, because there's all kinds of Gematria in iPad Goat. For example, golden earring is 129, the 12-9 code. So 12, like I showed you in the beginning, was Obama, and 9 was Trumple. Okay, like I said at the very beginning, 12-9. It's also the carrier, or the Lincoln and the Truman aircraft carriers. And then as a proof of that, golden earring is also 75, which Truman is CVN 75. And then golden earring, so that's that's Truman, which is 75, and it's Obama's 57. So Truman is the true man, which is Obama, not really, but that's what they're saying. It's the true man, and then Obama's 57 backwards. And then we have the Trumple, which is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 7-11, that's the day he gets 7-11 or 11-7 backwards. So we have both presidents represented and aircraft carriers, and then we have both together right here, the 12-9 code, and all in golden earring, and that's why it's even there. Why would there be in golden earring? Because it's Gematria, because it's trying to tell you something, and there it is. Okay, and then when he dies, when the Syrian boy dies, he becomes the figure of the antichrist that's in the boat, and he enters the cathedral, and that is where he's entering the netherworld. You can call it many things, the river Styx, I mean, all kinds of stuff in different I don't get into a lot of mythology because I find it kind of, I don't know, you get lost in it because there's so much mythology out there. I just like to touch on things, concepts, and then really get to the details of the numbers and the dates and what's going to happen to you and what's going to happen in the world and everything like that. That's the more important to me. That's just the way I'm wired. So the people can say all kinds of stuff about all the stuff, the figurative stuff and all the mythology and all that stuff. I don't really care about it too much, as long as it's got to tell me what I'm trying to get to. So right here, he comes in the cathedral, and you see that 1 8 8 1 8 1 1. It's right here, 1 8 1 1, the 1811 code, or again 1118 code. It's just switched a little bit. Because 18 is just backwards 8111, and 8111 is backwards 1118. Okay, let's just keep going. So he comes in there, and that begins his transformation for how many days? So I'm saying he's going to be killed on the 16th of October, Barack Hussein Obama, and then he's going to come back to life probably on the 7th day. So 16th is the first day. That's because they usually include the day as the first day. And then the 7 days later is the 23rd. And I'm going to show you in the end of this video why he comes up on the 23rd. Excuse me, man. Dry throat. All right. And then, so this is another timeline. These are all timelines. They're mini timelines all packed together. Kind of like the book of Revelation. A lot of people don't understand that each chapter, it's its own timeline. And then there are a bunch of timelines jammed together. It's not a chronological order from chapter 1 to chapter 22 or whatever it is. It's a chronology in each chapter, a separate chronology. So the enemy is kind of ripping that off by doing several different chronologies or timelines in each scene and then jamming together. And so you think maybe it's, people think maybe it's beginning and end, and no, it's all the different timelines, and you just got to kind of fault track it and figure it out. And I've kind of figured out to some degree. I mean, there's a lot of things in here I don't understand, but still a lot of things I do understand. So, and I think maybe more than a lot of people I've ever seen. So, and I think I'm proving that out. And ultimately, the test of that will be when these things start going off, and I'm finally redeemed in the things I've been saying, and you'll see these events start happening. And I've been waiting, because it's not like I can go out there and say, hey, this Gematria is causing this basketball game for this person to win over that or this group to win over that group, or because of Gematria, I'm trying to decode what they're trying to say, so this is going to happen, and then it happens or whatever. I'm ultimately these things are happening at the end of something that is the biggest thing that ever happened to the world. I mean, so I'm blown away the Lord to even give me the understanding and show me these things that I could even show you. So I'm just so thankful to reveal these things. So here we go. So immediately right here in this scene, we have several things going on. we have a bridge, which it represents the Golden Gate Bridge, because it's the timing of this Golden Gate. Like I said on my last video, I showed the Truman Show and the Golden Gate Bridge, and when our series comes down and everything, it's really tied to that. Okay, the timing of the Golden Gate Bridge. So there it is right here. And so you can see it is still the color of this, but it is the Golden Gate. Okay, so, and then we have this represents right here. This is called the sail of a submarine. It's the, when you're in the water. See the water right here, and the submarine top is coming out. It's called the sail. This represents that a little bit. Okay, it also represents the very top of an aircraft carrier, because it kind of has the shape of it a little bit. This where the communication satellite would be right here. And then it's got lights that are on right here, because these are levels of the top of an aircraft carrier, and this is like a command center and stuff like that, right? That's where the captain can see and all that kind of stuff. And so there's little lights, and this is actually a code right here. And I just didn't get a chance to get into it, but I'm just going to touch this really quick. These 3 dots right here are 3, and this slash, just like I said, a slash is a 1, or a slash is a 1. That's a V, and that's a hidden E. It says cave, or evac backwards, because they're going to be evacing the carrier. And I've showed that as well on the dress and the woman that's holding the dead boy. And in her leg it says cave backwards, which is backwards from cave is evac, and evac is 522 plus 1, which is the first attack day, and the plus 3 is the Trumple day. Anyway, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I didn't put the slides in there. I just couldn't tackle this part, but I'm going to tackle some of these things on this part. I can't do a 5-hour video, and I can't keep doing hours and hours and hours. I'm trying to get this out before that we get to this point. So anyway, this is the top of it. It's multiple things. It's the top of an aircraft carrier. This is the top of a submarine. And to prove that, well, before I do that, this is Obama's head right here. If you can see, this is his chin, this is his mouth, this is his big nostril, and then the kind of the slit of his eye right here, and he's laying back. Okay, this is, if you can see it, okay, this is his face, okay, and then he's got 2 horns on his chin, which represent around nostrils. I'm not getting all that right now. Okay, but anyway, it's 1118, because this dome is like a circular, and this is kind of a circular thing. But I'm telling you, I know it seems weird, but you can't make this stuff super obvious. It's kind of got to be hidden for this to be right, and it matches the other thing. The other things I'm showing you is 1118. This is an 8. Kind of a circular kind of thing, and this circular dome right here. This is 1118. I'm telling you, that's what it is, believe it or not. And then he gets a headwind, because this is his head, face turned up, and these 3 bombers come over, and they look like Masonic squares, and they bomb right here. And this is a head wound. This is when he's going to get killed. Okay. What I'm saying again, if I'm reading the predictive programming right, if I can speak, if I'm reading the predictive programming right, this is what's going to happen. So head wound on this particular day, okay, and then the next day is the death of Trumple. Okay, first day is Stinky BO, second day is Trumple. The 1118 is Stinky BO, the 1119 is Trumple, and I'm gonna show you how that is in another scene. Okay, here you go. So boom. So that's 1118. I'm saying right here is 1118. It's one of many. And if it was just this, yeah, you can't really make that 1118. But when you look at all these other scenes, yes, that makes sense, and it's tied to him. So it's tied to his headwind. I'm telling you, if you think this is childish and stupid, like I said before, it is, because the global Luciferian elite are childish and stupid. Okay, yes, this is childish and stupid. This is a stupid animated video, so you wouldn't take it seriously. So they can put their plan out there, predictably programmed. But people know, if you watch this 7-minute video roughly, you'll know that it's evil. I mean, hopefully you do. I mean, if you have any kind of discernment. But even more than that, it's a plan. And I've confirmed that, like I said, with my friend who was an ex-32nd degree Mason, confirmed that this is the plan. And then if you've ever seen any other videos I've done or other people have done, you know there's a lot of events that happen in culture, in media, that tie to this, because this is the plan. And I've said for a long time, this is their playbook. So let's keep going. So right here, like I said, this is the top of the sail of a submarine. It proves that out. This is a shape of a submarine. This is a fin. This is the top. This is the thing. This is a fin. It looks like a Russian sub called a Akula class, which means shark. This is see that right there? You can see that is a sub coming out of the water. And then what is it going after? right here. That is a very narrow version, so it's not too obvious, but that is the angles and everything of an aircraft carrier sinking. See that? Aircraft carrier sinking. That's the sub going after it, and that's on this. That's on this day. This day is right here. I'm not sure. You'll see. Okay. And then we have these two codes in this kind of like, it looks like a building, kind of a weird looking building thing. And then these are, look like lit up, or look like lights in a building, or rooms in a building. Okay, right. But right here, this says this is a backwards D because it's got an angle thing right here. This is a backwards D. D is 4. This is an 8 because it's kind of rounded on the edges and everything. It's an 8, and this is an F. So D and 8, which is 48 or 84, another of his numbers. 48 or 84. 4 plus 8 is 12. That's the 12 code for the Truman, okay? And then F is 6, and 6 is upside down 9, and that's the 9 code. It also tells you the date. And I'm going to show you that in a second. There's another one so that's 126. So we have 12/6, which is also the death of Kobe Bryant as well, January 26th, because 6 is really 9 also. So I mean, there's a lot of Gematria, there's a lot of predictive programming and all that stuff. 126 is a big number. Also, in 126, 126 is 21 times 6, which is 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6. And many things. It just goes and goes. Also, 12/6 is 12 is 6 plus 6, and then 6. So it's 666 hidden. Wow. Okay, and then this right here, right there, this lit up as well, and I'm blowing up right here. If you can see, that's a U sideways, a U, which is U is 21st letter of the alphabet. That's 21. That's an I. I is 9, so you can just definitely like throw that away. Okay, and then F is 6. Again, we had a 6 down here as well. So what is that? That is 216. Literally right here, you have 2-1, and then we have a 6. Or 6-2-1, whatever, but it's backwards 1-2-6 or 6-2-1, doesn't matter. So 2-1-6 and 6-2-1 are really because the 6 is 9. And let me give you an example of that. And how another reason I know that it sticks out so much is I had a dream, and I've shared this in my videos before. I had a quick dream, where I'm sitting down, and in the air in front of me is the big number 216. Now on the other side of that number in the air is Jesus. He's sitting down too, and Jesus stands up. Literally, this was a dream, and he stands up, he comes up to the 6 and puts his finger on the top of it and flips it to a 9. He said 216 is 219. And because 216 is the birth of the Antichrist, because it's the 216th day of the year, which is August 4th, Obama's birthday, it's hidden 219 because that's going to be the day that Trump happens, and the aircraft carriers are attacked, being the 219 code or the 912 code backwards. Because 9 is Trumbull, 4 plus 5 is 9, and 9 is also the Lincoln aircraft carrier because it's the 72, 7 plus 2 is 9, and then Obama's the 12. Like I showed you that already. Anyway, sometimes I just want to make it clear to people, but I don't want to keep saying it over and over all the time. But some people have a hard time following this. I get it. I'm pretty good at tracking all this stuff, of course, but a lot of people are not, especially with a lot of numbers. So again, 126 and 216 are 129 and 219 really. And again, that's the versions of the 1119 code, because 2 1s end up being a 2 somewhere. So does that make sense? So we have 2 days. Again, the differences are 1 digit. So these 2 days I'm talking about with these 2 attacks have to be 2 consecutive days. And I'm proving that, and you'll see more of this. Now let's go to the next scene. So literally it goes from this scene where it's attacked the head right here, and that's technically the 1118 day, even though this shows 2 days here. But okay, now we're going to the next scene, which is the next day, and I'm going to prove that. And you see this mosque kind of collapsing after it was attacked, right? Well, it shows a face right here. You see that as a nose, mouth, and I'm going to show you what that is. And it kind of changes a little bit. I'm going to show you what that is and a couple other things. So let me get into that. See, this is all kind of blown up, and then this is actually showing, in a sense, the hair kind of coming over here a little bit. And then earlier it's this face, and you can see the outline of the face right there, nose, lips, kind of darkened eyes here. It's not super obvious, but it's there. And then this shows a little bit more. And what is that? Who is that? That's Trumbull. And that's his demise. So that first day when his head is pointed up, and it's get bombed. That's Stinky BO. And then the next day, showing the top of the mosque, and there could be a mosque that's attacked. It looks like it could be the Hagia Sophia. The Hagia Sophia is in Turkey, and it was. They just converted it back to being a mosque, which is totally iPad Goat news when it happened a few months ago. Huge, and I didn't report on it because it's so obvious to me. But I mean, it's probably not obvious to a lot of people. But I knew eventually I would report on it, and here I go. Hagia Sophia was also a Christian. I think it was a Catholic. Wow, I'm at loss for words here. It was just a big Catholic church or something, I think, at some point, and it has all these really historically old frescoes and all kinds of stuff on it. And then now they just covered them up. A lot of the Muslims were like, we can't have this stuff in here, and then they covered them up. And then a lot of Christians in Turkey are like, you can't get rid of these things and everything because they're so they covered them up with these big drapes or something. Anyway, so this is Trumple. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, anyway, if you don't believe it, doesn't matter. It is. And you can see the hair coming over the end there. See the hair coming over here. It is Trumple, and it is attack on Trumple. And I'm telling you, it's just the codes match, the symbolisms, the imagery matches. It's crazy. Hopefully not. You should be blown away by now. I was completely blown away. The Lord showed me this. And then I also had some different people talk about some things, aspects of this too. So I'm just so thankful that it all came together. So more than that, this proves the second day, and I'm going to show you that. So again, we had the 1118 code for the previous day and the attack on his head. And I'm going to show you the 1119 code that's right here. Right in front of your face. It's crazy. Stuff's very hidden because you just got to look at patterns and distinct differences and things. So this thing blown up right here. This blown up. What is this? This, oh man, when I saw this, I realized what it was. It would blow my mind. Okay, so this is a K right here. This is a K. See the K? It looks like the special K on special K. A big fat arm of the K right here. There's a K right here. It goes down like this. This is a K. Okay, K is 11. And then we have an obvious right here, I think, R. This is an R. See that? So you have a big K. And right at about the halfway point of the K, we have an R. I mean, this looks perfect, like some kind of font. R right here. Did you see that R? It's an R. So you have KR. R is 18. And look at that. KR is the 118 code. And that's the attack on Stinky BO. Well, imagine that. Well, this is about Trump. So what's going on over here? So we have the KR. Again, super hidden, of course. That's what they do. This is all predictive programming hidden in front of your face. Just like on movies, TV. It's all over the place. I mean, if you don't realize that, you need to realize, look up 9/11 predictive programming or 9/11, look up on YouTube 9/11 predictive programming. You'll see all kinds of ads, movies, TV that showed the attack on 9/11 with Twin Towers and planes and all kinds of stuff way before it happened, years and years and years before it happened. Hundreds of them. Okay, so this is just a more predictive program for the big attacks that are coming. Okay, this is just where it is. Okay, here we go. So what's this? What's this thing right here? Look. Okay, look at that. Can you see what that is? Now, notice there's some absence here. There's a certain shape, and I it took me a little bit. I knew there was something here. I just knew it. The Lord kind of guided me to it. Plus, it had some. See the lights in here? These lights are actually ultraviolet right here. Ultraviolet. So I was just like, oh, there's something going on here because that's his color. We have a little ultraviolet over here too. Anyway, and that's Stinky BO's color because ultraviolet is vibrates. It's the highest vibration of light, and that represents Lucifer, the light bearer. Anyway, so this is a little absence right here. So I filled this in right here, this little absence right here. And then I saw, oh, there's an absence right here. I filled that in. It's an A. It's a hidden A. Look, see? That's a hidden A. And then I'm going to bear it out. Watch this. So A is what? A is 1, simple gematria. Again, simple gematria, A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. So K is 11, R is 18. So we have 18. So this is what we have here. We have K is 11. And then R is 18, and that's the previous day when we see the head wound. This is showing the next day, which is 11, 18 plus 1, and that's what? 1119. So this day, if you add it all up, is 11R plus 1. And you know it's plus to the R because the K is really big, and the R is this small, and the A is the same height as the R. So you add this 1 to the 18, and you get 19. So you have 11, 8 plus 18 plus 1 is 19. There you go. It's just logic, okay? It's logic. Boom. Man, am I proving this or what? Okay. Go back to here. So then again, we have the first day, and it's actually represented by 2 days right here. The first day is 1118, head wound. Then again, the head wound, or the elimination of Trumple right here. This is his head right here. Head right here. Stinky BO facing up. Eye slit right here. Mouth, chin, nose right here. Boom. Obviously, it can be really to me, but whatever. And this is Trumple right here. Bam. Now, let's break this down a little bit more. These are the 2 days again. Again, I'm going to show you like 3 different codes that I've been looking for to match these days. And this is the first time. This is why this is so incredible. And you know what the Lord told me when this last time frame didn't match? I said, man, Lord, I saw that it was massive that the 7th and 8th day did happen because Obama's and Michelle and Michael, sorry, Barack and Michael and I, Michael, they were voted as, worldwide as the most popular couple or most popular man and woman on his day, which was the 7th day, which is September 25, was 2 plus 5 is 7. And then the 8th day, Trump voted or made his nominee for the Supreme Court Justice, and that's his day. And her name, Amy Coney Barrett, exactly equals 85 3 times, which is 58 backwards. Anyway, so it had to match. So after I saw that didn't, that wasn't the big attacks, but it still was the 7th and 8th day, matched Obama, CBO, and Trumple. And the Lord said, look at the 7th and 8th days. And in fact, he also said, really emphasize the 7th and 8th days on these next videos. So it's just bam, 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 because this could be huge attacks, huge time for people so put this in their head and have people share this like crazy. So I'm asking you to share this like crazy. Please, I beg you. Again, just say I'm a crazy dude that believes in Jesus. Seriously, do that. I'm not kidding. Just go send it out to friends or tell people, hey, this is crazy dude and he believes in Jesus and he's saying these crazy dates. I mean, and make me whatever. I don't care. Get in front of them. And then my point is, I'll see it ahead of time, and when it happens, it'll be revolutionary. I'm telling you. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I've reached right now, and I've tracked it over 600,000 different people so far in a little over 2 years, because I want to get to more and more people. And I need another thing. Let me ask any of you, if you can reach any other big creators, and you can email me. My email is theexaltedlamb@gmail.com. And email me if you can reach them, if they're willing to talk to me, if they have a certain amount of subscribers and they're willing to share with me and share on their channel, and I'll talk to them for a few minutes, consider it. If I know who they are and I know that they have a good reach, contact them for me. I mean, seriously, this is what you can do for me if you can't donate, or everybody could pray for me. I thank you so much for that. But if you want to do something and you can't donate, or maybe you want to donate and do something, I don't know, it's up to you. If you want to do something on the boots on the ground, if you want to do something, then contact these people for me, help me, have them talk to me for just a few minutes, or have me watch my video, the part 1, part 2, and part 3, whatever. And I'll prove it to them. I'll prove it with the numbers, what I know, and then so maybe they can share this on their channel as well, because this is coming. And the more people that see this before it happens, the better. Because when it's seen before it happens, it's like the Lord's showing this to you before it even happens. That's how great the Lord is. I mean, do you get that? Please get that. Please. I'm not here for clicks. If I'm here for, I take that back. I am here for clicks. I'm here for as many clicks to warn as many people as possible. I'm not here for the money. I don't make enough money doing this. I guarantee I don't make enough money. And it's not worth waiting on any donations. I'm telling you, it's not. I don't sell out to ads. I don't try to sell you a storable food or whatever, because I don't believe in that. I'm not doing it for filthy lucre. I ask for donations because I need to be supported, and that's just what it's totally in the word. I'm not getting into all that. I'm just saying, please, this is just, listen, I joke and everything all the time because I try to make it light, because I want people to, not take this so seriously, but it is very serious. Many people are going to die. Many people are going to die. And I'm not kidding. Okay? And if I'm being silly because I'm trying to just, because if you think about it all the time, you'll get upset. And I've seen all kinds of visions and dreams. And trust me, the people, Christians that think you're going to be here still, you probably will be here still, because whatever you think in your heart, so be it. That's what it will be, pretty much. I'm leaving and I'm coming back to fight. You'll see. You'll see. Man, wow. You don't want to be here. And if you think you do, you don't know what's coming. I do. It's going to be absolute hell on earth, and no mind is imagined it until you start seeing visions. And I've seen a lot of visions and dreams of what's coming. Sorry. So I'm motivated to warn people. That's it. Question my motives all you want. I don't care. I'll be a fool for Jesus any day of the week. And all you ultra-religious people, a fool for Jesus. What kind of... You don't understand it then. You're too religious to see the forest for the trees. Anyway, these are the 2 times. Okay, I'm going to go back to being kind of silly. But this is serious. Please share this video. Please, I beg you. Because we're almost there. The Lord's been showing me stuff, and I'm so, in a sense, like terrified for people. Not for me. I have no fear whatsoever. I'm in Jesus 24/7. I have no fear. I can say that without a doubt. I cannot wait to be with Jesus. But then I'm terrified for other people because they don't have him. And that's the heart, I believe, of Christ. People that you think they're so swift to deal out judgment, don't be so swift to deal out judgment. Don't be so swift. God's not that swift. He's long-suffering. I'm sorry, I gotta tell you my heart. So, these 2 days, back to it. Ugh. Thank you, Lord Jesus. You're so good. He's so amazing. And I care for people so much. It hurts. Okay, anyway, back to this. So, the 16th, the reason I want to put this together this way is so you can see how the code works. So, the 16th of October, that's how it's, people in Europe and different parts of the world see it. We see the month first and then the day, but they do the day and then the month. So, the 16th is this 1 plus 6 is 7, and then 10 or 1, the 1 and the 10 and the 2 and 2 are 5. Take away the zeros. 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. So that's 75. That's the 57th day is Barack Obama's day. So 57. It's the 7th day overall, but it's 5-7 also. That's his code. And then for Trumple, we have 1 plus 7 is 8, and then 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. So that's the 58 code. So this is why this time is so ridiculously unique, okay? Because it's matching all these codes, and that's why I want to show you. And then so we have the 1118 code, and because it's consecutive, so that's why, because it's the 290th day of the year. And so remember, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 8 is, that's one way of looking at it. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 8 is 9, so 2, 9, they don't count zeros. That matches the 290th day of the year. And then a 1119 code matches the 291st day of the year, because we have 1 plus 1 is 2, and then this is 19 just backwards, and that's 91. I believe me, that's how they do it, backwards, and they compress and decompress. They do it crazily. Again, they're pathetic and stupid, but that's what they are, okay? And then even more than that, boom, we have the 911 code, okay, which again, 9 and then 2 and 2 are 1, or 2 is 1 and 1, so that's 911 backwards, or forward is 911. Also, what was I going to say about that? Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then we also have the 711 code, and that's 711, or the October 17th is 1117 or 711 backwards. So we have the 911 and the 711 code, the 118 and the 119, and the 57 and the 58 and the 7 and the 8th day. I mean, this is just unique. I don't think it's existed before, and many other codes that this handles. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's go to the next, another scene here. This is crazy, man. Wow. The woman's crying, like I've mentioned. This is N and M. So you can look at it the other way or this way, and I'm going to show you why this is. So this is, for this direction, is 54. So N is 1 and 14th letter. 1 plus 4 is 5. M is the 13th letter. 1 plus 3 is 4. So 54. Why? Because it's Super Bowl 54. So that's 54, and this is the shape of the Lombardi Trophy. Okay, this is incredible. When Lord showed me this, I was like, what? This is the shape of the Lombardi trophy. This is 54. This angle, if you look at it this way, in the shape of the Lombardi trophy, because it's saying this is the year it happens. It's secretly showing this. Both president numbers, but right here, it's right above this shaft. This is the Lombardi trophy because it's showing this is the year of it. And it's also showing in 54 that it's backwards 45, the death of Trumbull. Man, this is crazy. And then check this out. Remember I said this is the half shell that Venus was in? This is a scallop shell. This is exactly a scallop shell. Scallop shell in Jewish reduction is 54. Again, Super Bowl 54. Scallop is also, it just happens to be in full reduction 44. Again, 54, Super Bowl 54, and 45 backwards, and 44. So the V is 22, 2 plus 2 is 4, D is the fourth letter, 44 and 54, 44 and 54 in scallop shell. So all these different things they show that are secret that you don't know, Gematria, and all these different symbols, I'm revealing it. This is crazy. This is big stuff right here, folks. Okay, next, the dead boy right here. There's so much going on with this. This is crazy. This eye wound is also an egg. So again, the wound is death, but the egg means rebirth. Just like, Easter is bunnies and then because bunnies multiply so fast, and then, Easter they lay eggs because eggs symbolize fertility, and, chickens lay tons of eggs and that's very fertile and everything. It's just crazy. So that's death and rebirth because it's a head wound and it's an egg in rebirth. And then this is also the scarab beetle, which is death and rebirth as well in Egyptian lore. Okay, that's why that's there, death and rebirth. Okay, and then this is the egg from when he comes through the underworld, and he's going to be revamped and come back to life in, I believe, 7 days. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's 7 days. It goes from the 16th to the 23rd when he dies to when he comes back to life. Okay. And so that's the egg. Now, what's common about this? See that? They're both eggs. See this egg? And that's an egg suspended right here for the birth and rebirth. Okay, now watch this. So I'm going to put these two eggs here because they're in common. I'm going to show you this. This is a V. See, sideways is a V, I, D. Do you see that? V, I, D. Then right here you see a V, there's an I, and this is a D. Vid. I'm telling you, this is weird. So I'm also going to bring in here from the Super Bowl 54 halftime show presented by Pepsi. Why? Because it's talking about death and rebirth, and they do a whole thing in the with Shakira and J-Lo and stuff about death and rebirth. It's crazy. It's just, this stuff's all demonic, all satanic. It's really crazy. But literally in the Pepsi, and I distorted it a little bit to show you how it's an egg. But it's also, see this, it's like it's V. It's V, I, D. Vid as well. What's vid? You got vid. What's vid? Oh, guess what? Well, let's wait. There's also, and I swear I did this on that. This is weird how the Lord guides my hand because it came to my mind and I didn't even realize I spelled this out. I tell you the truth this day, I didn't realize I spelled out COVID, and I just thought of it all of a sudden. I'm like, I already spelled it out right here and I didn't even realize it. And that's how the Spirit of God works. Sometimes you're doing stuff and then you realize he was leading you the whole time, because sometimes if you're really in Christ, people that have been know what I'm talking about, that know Jesus and have a relationship with him. A lot of people for years, some people for a shorter time, whatever. Sometimes you don't know where you end and he begins. Sometimes if you're really in the Spirit, he's moving you and you just don't realize that you're doing stuff. He's doing stuff through you and stuff. And I didn't even realize it. He's like, check it out. And then it says COVID. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is some crazy stuff sometimes. I'm just still always blown away every day when stuff like this happens. So anyway, let me get into vid first and I'll get into COVID. Crazy. So V, and I'm going to show you up and down, top and bottom, because I'm going to prove something to you. So V is 22, so that's 4, and 4 on top, just do the same thing on top. And then on the bottom, it's I is 9, ninth letter of the alphabet, but an I looks like a 1, so I'm going to put a 1 on top. So kind of what it looks like, okay? They do this all the time. I've shared this many times. Things that sound the same, things that look the same are hidden. It's other secret codes and such. And then D is 4 and on top of 4. So as a result, you have 44. Take away the 9 because anything you add 9 just stays the same. So you take away the 9. 44. So vid is 44 and 45. because 44, and again, in his death, this represents both presidents. Okay, it's crazy. Because it's right here, and it's right here, and it's right here. I mean, 44 and 45, because again, the 9 is taken away because it's an I, which is 9. 9 is taken away. Anything you add 9 to stays the same. And then it's a 1, so it's 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. It's both. Now let's deal with COVID, and it's very simple how this works. Again, we do the same thing with top and bottom. So on the bottom, C, I'm going to go based on this shape here. This is C. I'm just saying this is a C, but for this, it matches this. But, okay, this is a C. Okay, so C is 3. And then an O is 15th letter of the alphabet. 1 plus 5 is 6. So that's 33 and 6 down here. But on top, you have 3. And then guess what? An O looks like a 0. Again, it's what it looks like. The top row is what it looks like. So an I looks like a 1. So it's 1 plus 4 is 5. And then on top the 0, or I mean the O looks like a 0. So what does this mean on the bottom? So we get 3 plus 6 is 9. You can get rid of the 9. And we have 44 left over. That's still stinky BO. So COVID equals 44. Because CO is just a throwaway. Because 3 plus 6 is 9. You can throw away the 9. And so COVID is really, people are saying that all the time. They're saying 44, 44, 44. I'm telling you, believe it or not. They're also saying this backwards. They're saying, because this is really 0, 3 plus 4 is 7, and then we have 5. Backwards, they're saying 57. Both are his codes. They're saying, and when you're wearing a mask in Simple Gematria, like I've shared in my previous videos, mask is exactly in Simple Gematria. M-A-S-K is 44. So you're wearing a mask, you're dealing with COVID, and you're saying 44, 44, 44, and backwards 57. I mean, are you kidding me? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Believe it or not. Okay, more. Look at his hair. Remember I said in the last video, his hair looks spiky, so it looks like a crown of thorns and stuff because it's a sacrifice in a sense, right? And Trump will be a sacrifice that won't come back, and Obama will be a sacrifice that comes back, like it's a false Jesus. But look at his hair. This even proves it as well in his hair, because you got these different spikes going on. There's nothing that obvious right here. A couple little V's here, but right here, it's to me this is completely obvious. A V and a V. Let's go over here. V and V is 4 and 4 because V is 22. So 22, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4. And then we have another V and a V right here, and a V right there. There's a little V. Then right here, this is an obvious upside down A. Remember I showed you the other A earlier with the K and the R. So A is 1. We got this as well. We have 45 and 44. Again, how many times I've showed this many times, and it's crazy. This one boy dead shows 2 presidents' demise. Okay, again, one will come back, the other one won't. And here's another example. You see what this arrow is pointing to? This is the CV. When the apple's rolling, it hits the 7 upside down, but the 7 is an upside down, or is a right side up L, and kind of shaped like this, because the right side up is a 7, but that's an L right there. Again, this is L, and then we have a C. Look at this. This is a backwards C. A C and an L, or a C. Oh, look at this. It's a C and a V also. CV. Death by CV. Anyway, whatever. Not necessarily, but I'm just saying that's what that is. So it's also, again, LC is 12-3. That's another code because the Antichrist is LC. Okay, and that's on him right here. Where Lily's right over here, and right next to Lily, this is Stinky BO, and he's got ultraviolet on him because that's his color. And one of his favorite ties, and actually a reporter reported on this, he said, why, I showed this in a past video, but there was a reporter that was covering it for years, and he said, his favorite tie seems to be purple, and this particular purple, and he didn't realize that purple was ultraviolet. It's a light violet purple. It's ultraviolet. And so anyway, this is ultraviolet on him. Again, it represents Satan, or ultraviolet light being Lucifer, the light bearer. Okay. And then this is the only president with an ear, and he's known for his ears that stick out. In fact, and when he went into the tomb of Akhenaten, he said, the guy looks like me. And he goes, look at those ears. Because he even makes fun of himself with his own ears. And this is the only president behind, and these are all presidents behind Lily as well, as looking like children, because presidents are children. Anyway, this is his ear right here. So this is ear that sticks out. And then even in the beginning when Obama's shown as a caricature, his ears are really pointed like that, and they kind of look like horns a little bit. It's really crazy. Anyway, so this is him, and you see this is an L, this painted like with a paintbrush. L right here, and then a sideways C, LC, and LC is a nod to Revelation 12:3, LC 12:3. And that's the dragon, when the dragon appears trying to eat the man-child. And that's where Draco looking at the head of Ludovic and looking for the child that's in his head. But the child has been taken away. And the child is shown in the egg with praying hands. That's the Christian man-child. And again, it's the birth of both the Antichrist and the man-child at the same time. And it's an iPet goat, believe it or not. Okay, bam. And then so look at his eye here. There's another thing that shows both of them on here as the child. So I'm just keep going. There's a lot of stuff in here. Like I said, I don't just say this stuff. I have a lot of evidence to back it up what I say, more than most people do. And then this is a funky Y, but it is a Y. It's almost like it's backwards, but then it's almost like it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's a funky Y right here, okay? And then if you look at it upside down, well, let me just show you. But Y is the 25th letter of the alphabet, which is 7, and that's Obama Day is the 7th day, or that's one of his numbers. And then upside down and backwards it's a backwards H. See that H? Okay, it's a backwards H. Of course, you got to make things backwards. You got to have them upside down and backwards or whatever, because so you can't see it. And that's the enemy's ploy and tactic, doing all this stuff. Let me see something for a quick second here. And that's an 8. Wow, that's a lot. Man, I can't believe. Anyway, it's going to be another 2-hour video. Sorry, but this is what it is. I got a lot to share. So the H is an 8. So there you go. The 7th and 8th day represent the 7th president and the 8th president. I mean, the 7 and 8. This president and that president. The 7th and 8th day. Again, there it is. Y and H. I mean, are you kidding me? Do you see that? It's crazy. Okay, let's keep going. Then right over here, in the woman with the burqa, this is sideways, 2 Ys. And I amped up the brightness so you can see it's 2 Ys because he is... Y is 7. Again, Y is 7. But right here it even shows you that between the Y's is a 7. See that? It's a very clear 7. So that's 777. But it also shows you that they're emphasizing that's a 7. It's just crazy. So he is 7, whether he's 777 or 777, because he's trying to get to the top of the pyramid, which is God. 777. 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21. 2 plus 1 is 3. They're going from 9, the bottom of the pyramid, to the top of the pyramid, to 3. And 9 is 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. They're going from 9 to 3. That's a lot of this imagery shows and symbolism show. And then down here, Trump is 8 because Donald J. Trump is 888, and Trump is 88. And guess what? When Trump got supposedly the convid, I'll call it the convid because it's a con, the convid, it was given to him by so-called Hope Hicks. And Hope Hicks' first letter code, HH, which is 88. This is all massive coincidence, right? No, I don't think so. And then let me show you this scene here. Where there's so much to this. Again, there's a lot of description to some of these things, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. This is a crazy scene. So this is exactly kind of mimicking the Washington Monument. Washington Monument is an obelisk, which is the penis of Osiris, basically. The god of Egypt, basically the Osiris, and then it's in a Vesica Pisces, which represents the female area. So it's a male area and a female area. And so the way they want to represent it here is a half of a woman laying down on her stomach right here with the butt sticking up here, their head, shoulder, arm, and the leg going down into the water. And the other half is a male with his leg up and a penis. So that, of course, woman and male together with the thing going on, that's, conception. And then, of course, the birth would be right here. This is where the womanly area is right here. And there's something right here. There's numbers right here. And I'm going to show you what that is. And then this is the sun god blessing that birth. And I'm going to show you how it ties into this last part. I'm almost done. I'm getting close to being done here. It's crazy. Look at this. This is the sun god blessing it with his hand. Not God, the sun god, the false god, sun god. And then he'll bless his son, which is the sun god, Stinky B.O. Okay, boom. Watch this. Now, what's right in here? Right at the birth canal, right here. It's crazy. Okay, well, what is right here? But before I show you that, what's What is this? See, this is the tower where the old lady is in. When this zooms into here, it's really sick. This is also sick if you think about it. I mean, that is a phallic symbol with something coming out of it right here. 3 things, and these are hurricanes, and it's over where Hawaii is. And this is the East Coast. Why? Because this is Washington, D.C., and she's the whore of Babylon, which comes from Washington, D.C. It's also D.C. is the District of Columbia, and it's the goddess Columbia, which is the whore of Babylon. I'm telling you, which is also represented by the Statue of Liberty, which is a woman that looks like a man. It's a Roman. It's basically Helios is a man with a crown of the sun, and it's a woman. It's supposed to be a woman, Lady Liberty, because it's Isis. It's also Semiramis, and it's also Helios, which is a man, basically, in a sense. So it's a Baphomet, basically. It's crazy. And then this is the East Coast. Why? This is Florida. See that? This is the Florida. There's even a little dot right on here, and I can't point to it, but that's Lake Okeechobee right here. There's a little indentation down here, and I can't even get this cursor down this because I hate this program. Anyway, and then this is all the way up the East Coast, and then this right here, this toe, literally, if you look at the map, Nova Scotia, Canada, looks like a big toe right here. This is the whole East Coast from Florida up the coast, and right here is where Washington, D.C. is. And that's the tower the old woman's in, because Washington, D.C. is the corrupt center of it all. And that's why it's the corrupt center of Babylon. And she's the whore of Babylon. And when it zooms into here, she's got the heart is going off and on, and that's her red light. The whore had the red light on, a red light district. It's going off and on. There's other symbolisms as well in there. She's tied to Israel because her dress is a fig tree and everything. There's more stuff going on, but it's the whore of Babylon. And let me show you more stuff. So this proves it. That's just the whore of Babylon. This is the old lady that's in the penis. It's really crazy. This is so sick. It's really. She's got a battered eye. She has her hair up right here, but guess what? This is the woman right here. Look at this crook nose right here. That is the nose. This is Delaware, Maryland. When the Lord showed me this, I was like, what the heck? It's crazy. And then look at her mouth right here. This is her mouth right there. There's 3 rivers right here. Those are the 3 rivers right here. There's literally a spot right there on her chin. See that? Below this cursor. I can't go all the way down with this stupid cursor. I don't like it. And then there's a dot. There's a mole right there. The crook nose, the mole down there, and battered eye. And this looks like her eye's battered. And then her hair is down right here, as you can see. But it's up right here. Because she's the harlot. She has her hair down when she's doing what she's doing, right? She has her hair up when she's walking around. It's just crazy. It looks like it has a big tear right here. Look at this. Really, I upped the contrast and the light on this. This is an eye right here. It's crazy. It looks like a battered eye. There's a battered eye. Both battered eyes. And it also looks wrinkly also and old. And she looks wrinkly and old. She just looks like an old lady. An old whore of Babylon. Why? Because down here it's Washington, D.C. is exactly on the border, right here. On the border below this cursor is Virginia and Maryland. Virgin Mary, the false virgin, Virginia Mary. Virgin Mary. And I'm telling you, that's a big reason why United States is Babylon. It's the whore of Babylon. And Washington, D.C. is the whore. That's why it's D.C., District of Columbia, the goddess Columbia, and all this stuff. It's a female spirit. It's a female, I should say, what do you call it? When the Bible it says, oh, goodness, it says principalities, powers, and dominions. Those are all different rulers in spiritual realm. This is principalities, powers, and dominions. And that's a kind of a female spirit that's in the antichrist. That's why Obama's represented by ultraviolet is Satan, and also pink, because it's the opposite of God, is represented as a masculine. Even though God has names that actually, one of the names of God is breasted one because he provides, but there's just things like that. I forget, is it Jehovah Jireh? I can't remember, breasted one. Anyway, for different reasons, it's masculine or feminine. For different reasons, but ultimately God is kind of identified as masculine for different reasons, because he kind of has more of a figure of a father, but he's like a mother. I mean, I know God, he's like a mother and a father. He's amazing. He's everything you need, and the Lord's everything you need. It's crazy. So anyway, this is the woman right here. Isn't that amazing? It's crazy. And this is the whore of Babylon. I'm telling you, you'll see. Okay, so it's pointing. So I'm pointing to something down here, which is a date twice. It's confirmed, and they do that a lot. If you look for stuff, a lot of times they'll confirm it in the same scene. And I'm going to show you this. What's this pointing to? This is pointing to, it's sideways, but this is a 9/2/3. I'm going to show it to you. I did more contrast, and then I'm trying to show you a little bit. This is a slash, this is a 2, and this is a 3. So this is the negative of a 3, but it's a 3. This is a 2, and this is a slash. Now the slash is supposed to be this way. And they do this all the time, and the 9's actually backwards. That's a 9. It's kind of blurred into this thing a little bit, but it's a 9. I'm going to show you. I'm going to throw this in backwards, and that is a 9. So this is a 9. I know it's kind of faint, but it's just here. It's a 9. And then if I were to put this slash this way, then it's 9/2/3. Now let me confirm it another way. Up here, right here, is 9/2/3 going up into the penis here. It's just crazy. But ultimately, it's the birth. It's the birth at 9/2/3. What I've said, the dream I had, and everything is crazy. Let's keep going. What is that pointing to? That's pointing to 9. This is a 9 slash. Again, the slash is going the wrong way, so it's not super obvious. The slash, 2, and then that same thing is the 3, both ways, but it's backwards here. It's more forward here, but it's showing backwards here. Now let me show you what it is right here. Boom. So if you can see this, hopefully you can. It's 9/2, and then a backwards 3. Again, I have it confirmed. 9/2/3 in the water and going up to this thing, and then 9/2/3 this way. So I'm going to show you what that means. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a clear thing about 9/2/3 being the birth, but it's exactly 9 months into the year, gets you past September, and then 23 days into October is 9/23. And it's hidden. They love all this hidden stuff. It's ridiculous and stupid. But again, everyone with me, because they're ridiculous and stupid. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay, I couldn't wait to share this. This is mind-blowing when the Lord showed me this. I can't wait to share this with you. And so we're at, wow. Okay, not quite, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay. So this is the boy comes back to life, and like I said, he dies on October 16th, if I'm right about all this stuff, okay? And then including that day is 7 days later, is 23rd, okay? October 23rd. Now, and that's 12/3, which is LC, which is the dragon in Revelation 12/3. It's crazy, okay? So he comes back to life. He's doing a whirling dervish in the air with so-called full moon. No, it's not a full moon, and let me show you why. It's a full moon from somebody's perspective. What perspective is that? Let me prove this. This is crazy. This is phenomenal here. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. You'll get what I'm saying, and you'll be blown away, because I was just, wow. Like I was slapped by the Lord. In a good way. You ever been slapped by Jesus in a good way? Sometimes it hurts really bad, but sometimes it's amazing. It's a good slap. It's like, whoa, thank you, Lord. Can I have another? Thank you, Lord. Can I have another? I mean, seriously, it's crazy. So here we go. These 3 dots and this dot are right here. And then this dot is kind of behind him. But I wanted to show you this right here is on this side, not this showing on the left side. This is showing on the right half. Okay? These dots, there's more stuff going on here. See, this is underneath here. That's the underneath area. It's right here. This dot's kind of behind him though. And then this dot is right up here. Anyway, this right here, which is a very identifiable part of the moon, is on the left side, not the right side. And the Lord pointed this out to me. He just said, look at that. And I'm like, what? And then and then he was showing me what this was. You won't believe this. This is crazy. This proves what the day he's going to come back to life. And the day this is all over, the nukes go off and everything. This is really crazy. Wow. Okay, so again, so you see a full moon, and when you see a half moon, what's really going on is from the sun. See this? Here's the sun. The sun is shining from wherever it is, and you're seeing the sun shine on it. So if you were at the sun, if you were in front of the sun, so you were the sun god per se, and you're looking from the sun, you would be looking at this as a full moon. Does that make sense? Because we're on Earth looking at this as a half moon, but from the sun, it's a full moon because the light shining from there, and if you were standing right here, right in front of the sun, you were looking at it, you would see this as a full moon, just like it's shown right here. Now this is crazy. Now see how these dots and stuff now are on the left side of the full moon seen from the sun. This is crazy. Wow, watch this. So that would be the rays hitting the moon from the sun from the sun's vantage point. But again, from our vantage point, we see this. Now let's keep going here. Now this is the front of the moon that we see all the time. That it's just crazy that this is all we see. We never see this side. It's always on this side. I don't get it, but whatever. Maybe there's a lot more that I don't understand, but it's just crazy though. But here, look, boom. So basically, if you cut this in half, you're seeing this side and this half together. Now, let me bring this home. This is crazy. I don't know if you understand this yet, but really, if you take these two parts from what the sun sees, this is the backside of the moon. Like this is the backside of the moon that people don't see. There's pictures of it, I guess. They took pictures, right? Whatever. Okay, whatever it is, it's matching with what this is showing. You won't believe this if you get this. If you basically make this the left side of the full moon and the right side of the full moon that's seen from the sun, or the sun god in a sense, this is crazy. This is the symbolism I'm showing. Boom. Okay, he comes up, right? You have this half, okay, that the sun, from the vantage point of the sun, you see, and this half being the backside of the moon, put together is this. Look how this matches. See these dots and everything? I mean, it's a little bit off because maybe the rotation is not quite right on this a little bit, and you get a little variance on moon shots and stuff because of the vantage point and stuff on the Earth, I guess. But look at this. This is basically over here now, because I reoriented this to make this the left side instead of being on the right side. Look at this. And then this is the back side of the moon from the left side. Look at this. Dot, big dot, big dot, big dot, big dot. This is the full moon right here from the sun's vantage point, or the sun god's vantage point. You get it because remember his hand that was with the sun rays going down to the penis. Remember that sixth shot or whatever, right? That's the sun god's blessing, and he goes, "Here's my son." In a sense, it's crazy. Okay, and this is the vantage point from. So we're seeing it as a half moon, okay, but the sun god, in a sense, is seeing his son being the sun god's son, whatever, as a full moon. And that only happens on a half moon, and that's the first quarter. And it could be any other first quarter, but it just happens to be 12/3. It just happens to be 9/23, the 9 months into the calendar and 23 days. Just to be happens to be all the things I'm talking about. And it just so happens to be a yin and a yang. A yin and a yang, the dark birth and the light birth at the same time. Like the Lord's been telling me. And when I got my babies, I got twins. I was talking about this before we even were pregnant, months before we even knew we were pregnant. And then when we were pregnant, we had twins. I was talking about twin birth. Lord just bless us with twins. It's a massive testimony to everybody that I'm talking to on my channel and anybody that hears about this in the future. And then when I got a ultrasound, the guy, we weren't going to pay for 3D ultrasound, but he gave us 3 shots in 3D ultrasound. He said, "I'm gonna give you these." I'm like, okay. And the first, before I see the normal ultrasound, the 2D or whatever, he gave me a 3D one, and I should have included this in this probably. But I saw and I've shared it in a previous video, a couple previous videos. I saw my 2 twins in the womb in a 3D thing, and they looked like yin and yang. And the Lord said to me, I'm not kidding. He said, that's yin and yang. And because he was showing me this. Showing me our birth as the man-child. They're showing me the Antichrist birth as the dark half. And I didn't even know that it would be 9/23, my dream, which is 9/23, America's laid low. And it's our birth. It's the birth of the man-child, or the bride of Christ, and the birth of the Antichrist, being a full moon only from the sun god. And it's a half moon from our vantage point, because this is on this side, but to the vantage point from the sun, it's on this side, and then this is the right side of the moon from our vantage point, and this is the left side of the moon from the back of the moon vantage point. But you put them together from the sun's. Hopefully that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining it right or well enough for you to understand. But this is mind blowing. Hopefully your mind is absolutely blown, because mine was, and I'm still reeling from it, thinking about this. This is crazy. Okay, and I want to bring this to you. Look at this. Now, if this isn't proof to you, okay, Barack Obama. So Jesus in Luke 10:18 said, I see Satan as lightning falling from heaven. And that exact phrase, lightning falling from heaven, is Barack Obama, which is 474 in English Gematria. And exactly in English Gematria again is Akhenaten. And I told you earlier that there was that jockey and the horse American Pharaoh while Obama was president, and it just happened to be American Pharaoh won the Triple Crown, which is 3. And I mean, are you kidding me? This is beyond description. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. This is a head of Akhenaten. This is the most accurate head of Akhenaten, because most of them are exaggerated, because they make him look like a god and everything. Even this one's a little bit exaggerated because that no eye looks like this. This is a stylized eye to look like the Egyptian eye. Even the eyebrows up very high. No, I mean it's distorted, but somehow they did a facial cast of him. And this is what the Lord has shown me. I mean, and He's guided me to this. Jesus himself. I'm saying Jesus himself has guided me to a lot of these things. That's why you need to know him. And I know him in my life, for my family, for others. I minister to people. And when I'm out and about, I'm going getting groceries for my family or whatever I'm doing, because my wife usually spends more time taking care of the twins and all that kind of stuff than me, because I'm doing different things for the household and things like that and doing videos and all this kind of stuff. It's crazy. And I go out and I'm without a mask and I'm talking to people, and I'm talking to people with masks. Sometimes I'll say something to them, or do you know why you're wearing a mask? I mean, or whatever. And they'll say, oh, do you know what that really means? And different things. And I make the most of my time here, and on my videos as well. But the thing is, I wanted to just share that, I'm sharing this stuff about Obama because it's what the Lord wants people to know, because it's going to eventually be revealed. And it's very important for people to know. I'm doing a lot of different things. And I guess my point here is that look how these match. Again, it's going to be somewhat stylized because he's, and then this view is a little distorted because he's, if you take a close-up of somebody, the nose and their mouth will look bigger than normal. Just how the view of it is, right? And then, of course, this is more stylized and it's distorted a little bit. But look at this. This nose matches up perfectly. These lips are perfect. And the thing that blew my mind was this crease, or whatever you call this right here. It is exact. Look at that. I mean, literally, there's a cast. And what the Lord showed me, and this is what I guess my point was, one thing I was saying. The Lord shows me stuff, and I just follow His lead, right? And I hear His voice. I follow His lead, and that's just how I live my life. That's the way it needs to be. It should be if you have a relationship with the Lord. He is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through Him. And so to really know the Father, you need to know the Son. And I know Jesus, and He shows me these things, and He led me to this, and He basically told me that this is a cast. Like back in Egyptian time, they did something to put over his face, and I actually have done some special effects makeup art. When I was younger, I was actually consulted by an Oscar award-winning special effects makeup artist, and I contacted him when I was 18. I got out of college. I was looking at doing movies and stuff, and then the Lord got a hold of me and said, "No, I don't want you to do this. I want you to know me. I want to love you." And I moved to Colorado from Washington State and all kinds of stuff. But at the time I was talking to Dick Smith. He was one of the highest regarded special effects artists at the back in the 80s and stuff. And he did the movie with Dustin Hoffman, Little Big Man, where he made Dustin Hoffman as an old man, and he won an Oscar for that special effects makeup art as making Dustin Hoffman an old man. And I was talking to this guy, and he was giving me tips and pointers. And I was planning on going. I thought I could maybe do something from Washington or maybe even Northern California or something, and do that kind of work or whatever. And because I really wanted to get into this kind of stuff, and I was very creative and stuff, and he was teaching me stuff. And then I collision course right with the Lord, and He's like, "I want you to do something else. I want you to live for me." And I just changed everything, and I went His way. But what the Lord is telling me, based on my experience, is He was saying that the Egyptians, they put a cast over, they put some kind of stuff over his face, and they made a negative cast of this part of his face, like right in here. Okay, not his ear, because it's harder. And I know by doing it, because I made a friend of mine, I cast his face. I did a negative over, I put all this gel and stuff over his face, and it hardened. I pulled it off, and then I poured this different mixture of stuff into that mold, and I put a handle on it. I put it in oven, and I treated it and different stuff, and I pulled it out. And my friend looked at it, and he freaked out, because he was like, "I've never," if you can imagine seeing exact replica of your face in front of you that's three-dimensional. I mean, the concept is crazy. He looked at it, he was just tripped out. He was like, "What the? That's so weird." You can see a picture of yourself, but when you see the actual 3D representation of yourself in front of your face, I can imagine it must be very trippy. I haven't never done it to my face. And then I did stuff that went in his teeth, and I made him into a werewolf basically at the time. And I was really into that stuff, and I was into scaring people and all kinds of stuff. And I was really into what made people react, and the demons were working in me. There's no doubt about it. And God saved me from all that. And I had so much fear, and It was crazy. I had so much stuff going on in my life with that. And God just rescued me. And now I have no fear whatsoever of anything. Nothing, because with my big Father and my Lord with me, it doesn't, nothing, what's there to fear? I mean, I believe it so much. There's nothing to fear. I die, so what? I'm with them. It doesn't matter. So anyway, my point is that I understand from the Lord. Sorry, it's a long explanation, but it's just my... Listen, I'm going to be me on my videos. If anybody doesn't like it, you could just take a flying leap off my channel. I don't care. I really don't care. If you can't see my heart to help people and to reveal these truths to people, then leave now. Unsubscribe right now. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. If you give me any... I've done this the whole time. I have thousands of people I've blocked because people are wicked and evil and cruel. They said some of the most wicked and evil, cruel things to me. I've had people threaten my life and my children and my wife. Can you believe that? What kind of sick, twisted people? Maybe they're all from Google. Maybe they're hired from Google. That's possible. Or maybe it's AI, or I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to be me. Okay? If you don't like it, take a flying leap off my channel. That's the way I feel about it. I'm getting like, woo. Okay, anyway. But what I'm saying is that they did a cast of this part, and then what they couldn't get, they added. And so they added his ear, because you can't, it's hard to do a whole cast of a face, especially with their technology. And they had some technology that was amazing, but I understand the Lord kind of showed me how they have certain technology, they can do certain things, but they can't do the whole head. And so they just kind of stylized certain things. So what I'm saying is they got this part nailed, because that's easy to do. And so that's my point. Sorry, it's a long explanation, but I'm just going to be me. Nose here is perfect. And look at those. I mean, that is just, wow. So that he is, I think that, I was going to show some other physical evidence. I was going to show his belly button. But I just ran out of time. Maybe sometime I'll show you how Barack Obama's belly button is exactly like Akhenaten's. It's pretty crazy. It's kind of silly, but it's nuts. It's a triangle. It's a collapsed triangle. It's really crazy. I mean, to me, that's some kind of evidence, because it's a rare thing. I'm not getting into all that. It's kind of funny too, and kind of silly. But that's just me. Funny, silly, whatever, and serious. So this is crazy. And if you don't think this is that great, you're not convinced by this, which I think this is phenomenal. Look at this area. It's like, are you kidding me? That is an exact match. Look at this. Julius Caesar and Vladimir Putin, an exact match. Some cloning's going on in the world. And if you don't know it, you've been served. You've just been served. Boy. Okay, you've just been served, okay? I'm serving you. I'm issuing you a notice from the court of God, serving you. You've been served. There are Baphomet people in government. There are clones in government. There's clones all over the place. You've been served. This is impossible for this to be. Okay? And hopefully you see that. If you can't see that, I don't know what to say. But here we go. So, thank you. This has been a long video, but it is what it is. I'm just going to embrace it. I am who I am. If you don't like it, then so be it. I give grace to all kinds of people I don't care about, or I don't care for the way they do things. And I watch their videos, and I care about a lot of people, but I'm saying I don't care for, sometimes they say certain things. They may swear. They may, I'm not a prude. I've sworn sometimes stuff. I'm not ultra religious. I'm just not ultra religious. Ultra religious is not real. Jesus had a phrase he gave to me a while back. Real is refreshing. And it is. I'm real. I'm real. That's it. And that's what it is. If you're ultra religious, you're hurting inside. You have a darkened heart. And so you cling to religious things to make you feel good. And you judge people too much. And you have a certain stiffness to your life that Jesus is trying to soften. And, anyway, so I'm done preaching. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Thank you for sharing these videos. I beg you, with the mercies of God, that you would share this video and part 1 to people that you know, or people you don't know. I don't care. Do it. Go door to door. Make a DVD. Share it with people. I don't care. Please, I beg you, because it's going to come back to you. The Lord's going to say, thank you for doing this. I'm getting this from the Lord, whether you believe it or not. It's just the facts. And what's coming will happen, and we'll see if it happens on this time frame or not. But it's pretty phenomenal how it's matching up incredibly. So thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's supported me. If you're able to give right now, I still need a little bit more. Thank you so much for giving. The link is in the description box to PayPal, and I have a PO box. I just, every time I ask the Lord, I'm just obedient to ask, and He says, "Oh, go ahead." And sometimes He just said, you don't need to." Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, okay. So thank you so much. Thank you for sharing these. Thank you for your prayers. I need them. My family needs them. We're always under attack in different ways spiritually, and on YouTube. YouTube. I wish there was a different platform that was real, that was good. I'm stuck on YouTube right now because I don't see a platform that's really. I mean, I have a channel, just so you know, I want to say that as well, on BitChute. I don't use it at all, and I also have it set up on Brand New Tube. It's called Brand New Tube and BitChute. So I just let you know. I guess I should let you know that if my channel goes down, I don't see it going down actually, and if it goes down, I'm probably done, and we're probably there. So it probably doesn't matter. I'm not as concerned about it as other creators are. But so again, thank you so much for everything. If you've given to me, I can't thank you enough. My family can't thank you enough, and I appreciate it. I can't get to everybody, and I'm not. And I asked the Lord, should I respond to people, give me a certain amount, or everybody? And I can't get to everybody. I just can't. And He's like, don't be a respecter of persons. Just thank them on your videos, and that should be enough. And then I'll reward them in secret. And I'm like, okay, Lord, that's fine. So if I haven't, reached out to you and tell you thank you, I'm doing my videos, and it's from the bottom of my heart. I so appreciate any prayers, any sharing of videos, any gift you can give. I am beside myself. I'm so thankful to the Lord, and it means so much to me and my family. I just thank you so much. And I just want to, again, people say, "Oh, just ramble." I don't ramble. What I say comes from my heart. There's a reason for it. And again, if you don't like it, please exit stage left. Okay. So I want to thank you for watching, and please like and comment. Thumbs up right now if you can, because the reason why is I don't care about anything else but getting more views so I can warn more people, and subscribe and click the notification bell and check it. Make sure they unclick it all the time. YouTube does all the time. So thank you. Part 3 is coming out maybe tomorrow. I hope you're blown away by this. I was super blown away with stuff the Lord's shown me over the last 2 years, and some of the stuff I've compiled recently. Incredible. So thank you so much. This is Exalted Lamb 1. I wish the best for all of you. In Jesus' name, Exalted Lamb 1 out.